All right, today I'm going to show you how to draw a 3D ball with chalk. Here's our reference photo. Take a screenshot if you're chalking along with me. Let's start by drawing a blue circle. I have sped up portions of this video, so feel free to pause it as needed. We're going to fill it in and then rub the chalk into the concrete, pavement, asphalt, whatever. I usually rub it in with my hands. You can also use gloves. You can even use a pool noodle. I suggest cutting it with scissors instead of using brute force. It's fine. The side of the pool noodle will work best here. I'm going to be showing you two different ways to make this. First, only using Sidewalk chalk. For the second way, I'll use chalk pastels as well. Look at the reference photo and see where the shading is darker. It looks like the bottom and up the right side, a little in the middle. I don't have darker blue, so I'm going to do my best with black. Purple may work if it's darker. I'll show you that in a little bit. And if this doesn't look right, it's totally fine. Trust the process. Also, it's just chalk, so you can color over it. I'm going to color over the black with more blue. This helps it become a little more subtle rather than black and blue. That's not really what we're going for. The dark areas get less blue. I'm just trying to match shades on the reference photo. Now let's add white where the ball is lighter in color. Over on the left side, some on top. There are those bright highlights in the middle, but I like to wait on the bright spots until I'm happy with the background color. We're just blending it in with our hands, gloves, or pool noodles. If yours isn't blending, maybe try adding more chalk dust. More dust, easier blending. I'm curious about my purple chalk. Is it darker than the blue? Not really. This would be a good option if it was. Sometimes black is a little harsh. It does add a little something to it though. I kind of like it. Are you freaking out yet because our ball looks nothing like our reference photo? It's okay. For realsies. We're just going to keep blending until we're happy. It looks like mine needs to be bluer, so I'm adding more blue. And now that it's blue again, I need to make the darker spots darker again, and the lighter spots lighter. It's not going to look exactly like our reference photo because we're only using a few colors of Sidewalk chalk. We're just looking for similarities. Make it darker on the bottom. Make it lighter on the left side. I'm going to add in these highlights now. Anytime you're adding bright highlights to chalk, you aren't going to want to rub it in as hard. I like to use the heel of my palm for more subtle blends and use my fingertips for highlights. Fingertips are also good for small areas. If the highlights aren't as bright as you hoped for, then add another layer of white on top and just keep blending. It's really just layers and layers of trial and error, layers of getting the different chalk colors to merge happily. I think it's shadow time. I'm going to use my black and put a little boop underneath the ball. Using the end of the pool noodle, I'm going to rub the black boop. I know, it's very scientific terms happening over here. The pool noodle will pick up a lot of the chalk, so you end up with a faint shadow. This part also works better if you didn't brute force your pool noodle apart. Less dangly bits that way. So side of pool noodle for blending, end of pool noodle for shadows. If you need more shadow, add more chalk. I'm going to go back in and add more chalk right underneath the ball where the shadow is darker. Just play around with it. See how close you can get it to our reference photo. And there we have it, our 3D ball only using Sidewalk chalk. Okay, let's add in chalk pastels. We're starting off with the exact same blue circle as before. Chalk pastels don't wash off of concrete like Sidewalk chalk does, so I like to always have a base of Sidewalk chalk down first. Then you won't have a blue ball on your driveway for months. We are using the exact same method as before. This time, we just have a better color selection. We can add dark blue to the bottom and right side and blend that in. If it's not blending, add a little more. Remember, more chalk, more blending. You can try out different shades of blue. See what works. If you need it darker, add a little black. A little goes a long way. And then use your blue chalk pastel on top of the black. It's just a big old color experiment. I think my ball needs to be bluer overall, so I'm going to color over all of the sidewalk chalk and kind of blend that in. This is my first time drawing this, so I'm just bringing you all along and we're learning the best way to make it together. You can do any piece of chalk art like this. Find a reference photo. Put down a base of sidewalk chalk in the main colors. Look for the darker areas and add those in. Then add your lighter colors and whites in. I find that white sidewalk chalk often works better than white chalk pastels for lightening up an area. White chalk pastels are better for smaller areas or details. If you want it really blended, add more chalk dust. If you want pops of color or highlights, be dainty with the blending. Don't be afraid to add layers on top. Don't be afraid to use that black chalk pastel to make things darker. But seriously, a little black makes a lot of black, so go easy. Last thing is always the highlights. You want to make sure those are on top of all of your layers. I'm just going to look at the reference photo one more time and see if I'm happy with this. Then I'm adding the shadow the exact same way we did in the previous sidewalk chalk only example. A little black, a little noodle scrubbing, and we're done. We now have successfully drawn a 3D ball with chalk. I hope that this was helpful, that you learned something, or you just had fun watching. Please like and subscribe for more. Thanks so much for being here. Have a great rest of your day.